Looking for a vegan treat to cool off with? Try this apple pie milkshake from the Sisters of Spork Foods. It's a fun take on apple pie a la mode. So how did you ladies come up with this recipe? This is very unique.
Yeah, well, we were inspired on a road trip. We saw a bunch of different milkshakes made with different kinds of pie, and we were like, we want that veganized.
So here's what you'll need. 1 Fuji apple sliced, 1 Granny Smith apple sliced, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup or agave nectar, 1 to 2 teaspoons fresh lemon juice, 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, 2 teaspoons of arrowroot powder, 2 sheets frozen puff pastry thawed, 1 quart non-dairy vanilla ice cream, 2 cups of unsweetened almond or soy milk, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon sugar. So what makes this particularly helpful?
We're using all the ingredients that we have no cholesterol in them. So, conventionally this would have milk that has a lot of cholesterol. Also, we're using different sweeteners. We're using maple syrup, which is great for your heart, great for your skin, and things like that.
I'm excited to try it.
Yes, so we have to preheat our oven to 400 because we are gonna make a mini apple pie first. We're starting with 1 Fuji that we're just gonna slice up, and we cut around the core, so we just get these pieces that are really easy to chop. So we're gonna pop our Fuji apples into our bowl, and then we're gonna cut up the Granny Smith in the same way, and then we'd love for you to incorporate some of the ingredients that are gonna go in there.
Ooh, I'm gonna be disturbed.
Perfect.
Okay.
So we have some lemon juice, and you can use any type of lemon. This is some arrowroot powder, and that'll go in as well.
So tell us what arrowroot powder actually is.
It's a really amazing binder instead of cornstarch, so it digests really well in the body.
So we're also throwing in some maple syrup, and we have some cloves and also some sea salt in here. We're also throwing in a little bit of cinnamon, then it's really gonna start smelling like an apple pie.
Love it.
And then our last ingredient is a nutmeg. So this is what a nutmeg looks like. People buy it ground. You can buy it ground, but it's so much more decadent smelling and so much more flavorful when you just go ahead and grind it straight in. So you just incorporate it till everything looks really nice and uniform.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is, this is enough filling for 2 apple pies. So each box of puff pastry comes with 2 sheets, so you might as well make 2 apple pies.
Might as well, the more the merrier. Exactly.
You have to remember to thaw it, so that's the only prep you have to do for this recipe. Just keep that in mind. And then we just place it in the center of our baking sheet. So all we have to do, if you don't mind helping us out, we're gonna aim for the middle, we're gonna get the apples in there, and it doesn't matter if wherever, because we're gonna chop it up anyway. And then if you wanna pop in a little bit of the liquid just to give this some flavor, that would be really great. You don't have to be perfect about this, but it really helps if you just think of it as a triangle. So we're just gonna kind of fold this over and get all of our filling in here.
And what we're gonna do to sort of seal it up is we're gonna take our fork and we're just gonna go ahead and press down the sides.
You can just go ahead and give it some air holes with a fork. All you're doing
you do for a potato, you don't want this thing to explode in the oven. This is just gonna go in our oven for about 15 minutes. That's all it needs at 400. And then you really do need to let this guy cool because you don't want to put it into your ice cream warm or else everything's gonna be a melty, delicious, soupy mess.
So I'm just gonna chop this up and then we'll go ahead and blend, get our ingredients in the Vitamix.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate our ice cream and our almond milk in our Vitamix blender.
Okay.
If you don't have a Viti, then you can just go ahead and use your regular food processor or actually just your regular blender.
Okay.
You may need to leave it on for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So we'll take this out and we'll just go ahead and fold in our apple pie.
So it's great to do this on a flexible cutting board because all I'm gonna do is just go ahead and pop that right in there. Okay.
Just dump the pie in the
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And then we just incorporate it with a spatch. And then that is our apple pie milkshake. So we'll just go ahead and serve it on up.
And then you can also top it with a little cinnamon sugar if you want a little bit of that good look on top. So it just gives it a little extra finish.
Cheers! Cheers. Let's try this. This is amazing. I truly cannot believe it's vegan and has no cholesterol. Amazing, amazing. I'm having another spoon. Thanks so much for sharing your recipe with us.
Absolutely.
See you next time on Fit Sugar TV.